Welcome to this voluptuous OBS refresh. Got us here 1996 GMC Sierra. Not really sure they were called Sierras. Yeah, I think in 96 they were. Some were just called, C1500. Like that one. That's a 93. Anyway, what we have here, extended cab, short bed, half-ton pickup truck with all the miles on it. It was a V6 truck, and somehow someone broke the servo housing off the transmission. Never seen that before. I bought it as needing a transmission, and that's what I found on it. I actually drove it for about a mile like that, and I figured out they had a ratchet strap right around the transmission, holding that servo up to the side of it. But we're gonna fix it. It's for a truck with 300,000 miles on it, it's in pretty good shape. Y'all see some of it. It's gonna be the middle child's first vehicle. Needs to be cleaned out and stuff, obviously. But this is what we're working with. Somebody has stuck the 454 SS wheels on it. Some goofy chrome lights, like the eBay specials. Real disappointing that it's going to need. There it is. Grill, or we might just try to fix that. I do not want to do any paint work on this truck. If you ever got started, you'd have to do the whole damn thing. And ain't nobody got no time for that. Anyway, I found this, it's a rebuilt 4.3. It has, if I'm thinking right, about 80,000 miles on it. And transmission came with it. Unknown by everybody, but they said it worked. Truck it came out of was pretty much totaled. So what I'm going to do is get set up here in a minute. I'll get one of these old trucks. I don't care what it's got in it. If I didn't see the engine going there, I always pull that intake off and look in there and see what everything looks like. Tell a lot about how many miles and how often you think the oil was changed, if it's all cruddy and just junky looking in there. It's probably not rebuilt or newer. But anyway, I'm going to take some time here, get set up, get what I think I need. We'll pull the intake off and see how we feel about it. All right. With a little T20 here. Screws that hold the cap down, and they should stay in the cap. I've already unbolted the distributor, but it's got one of those stay in place clamps. I really don't know, to be honest with you, if they're made like that or if that's a consequence of corrosion, but all the Vortex trucks I've done have had a clamp that doesn't move around the distributor. At the same time, all the TBI trucks that I've done did move. So, your guess is as good as mine. Put you some marking on that thing. And try to remember it's pointing right at the fuel pressure regulator. There you go. Looking at it, and I don't know how well my camera is going to show it, but it does have flats on it where you cannot adjust it. So we're good there. I think we're going to have a bunch of half-inchers. I think we're going to have a bunch of half-inchers. Yes. I try to at least half-ass follow the sequence when loosening. These are very loose too. Really loose. Did I do that one already? Pretty sure this upper intake's been, or this lower intake's been painted. Nice silver color. Alright, these bolts out. I don't know if y'all could see any of that. I think you're supposed to replace the bolts because they have sealing on the end of them. I never have. And I ain't about to start right now, but letting you know that you're supposed to. I'm going to go along, get everything about a quarter turn. Again, that one over there was finger tight, so it really don't matter. Alright, I'm coming on out with them. Took a mirror to the back. Alright. Bolts are out. I think that's everything. This is a sucky situation. These get broke a lot when engines get pulled or put back in. It's your oil pressure sensor. Heck, that one had a one wire. I think those are for like the warning light. Could be wrong though. Oh yeah. Duba duba. These are some aftermarket. They're going to be Fill Pros. I just put a set in on the S10 about a month ago. These are the original style, and that's what they be doing. Be coming apart. And that's supposed to be why this truck had to be, this engine had to be rebuilt. Or that's usually why they get rebuilt anyway, as the intake gaskets go out. And either have them rebuilt or replaced with like a crate engine. I might can buy that this engine was rebuilt. Can't tell you for sure, but see how some stuff fell down in it. See how smooth and crap free the engine block, the actual casting is. That looks like boo-boo. I think those are like a counterbalance or something, and they always look like that. Now the coolant, I don't know if it's just that rusty from running straight water or if they got some stop leak in it. But time to do a little bit of cleaning up. I like to look on these gaskets. I always like to look at the scum lines. There's a possibility of that one. Like that line there. Get something to point with. My fat finger ain't doing it. This line here is your sealing O-ring. That's your inner plastic, and that's your outer plastic. Very good, chance in the future that was going to be leaking really quick. And you're looking at the bottom of it, so this leaks straight into the engine. If it leaked up here, there'd be a chance it leaked out of the engine. Look down here, that one it looked bad, but I mean, the bottom sealing side was pretty uniform. That one looks pretty good. And that one looked good as well. Yeah, just those surfaces ain't too bad. Everything's not just horrendously carboned up. Not a bunch of sludge. So I'm gonna say they're probably telling the truth. It was probably rebuilt a good 80,000 miles ago. So what I'll do here is just take a little bit of time. I'll fill this valley up, stuff way up in there as far as I can. And then I'll go ahead and scrape all these surfaces on the heads and the intake manifold and get it all cleaned up, and we'll put the new gaskets on. I think I got the kit with valve cover gaskets. We'll put them on just because we got them. Not something that you have to do, because it does already have, looks like Felpro valve cover gaskets on it. But we'll do it, kind of clean up the valve covers, have it all nice and neat looking down in there. I'm gonna say we're satisfied with that. I think I give maybe $800 for the engine and the transmission. I pressure washed this one. You see it's still kind of built up and gookily looking. All that crap on that frame. There again, don't forget we got 363,000 miles on this truck. The battery's deader than a doornail, but I might go grab one and crank it just so you can see that it ran pretty good. Like you can't hardly believe it. Like I say, I pressure washed it and degreased it several times. So when I looked at this engine before I figured out how many miles it had on it, I was like, yeah, it's probably the original engine. Because I mean, it's still caked up with crap. Anyway, I've always heard that the little 4.3s are good engines. I didn't see much of them in the half-ton pickup trucks. Like a newer fan, maybe. Anyway, yeah, I didn't see many of them. Newer fan clutch, I don't know. I didn't see many of them, these half-tons. Especially the extended cab. Like non-work truck editions. So I think it's kind of a neat old truck. It's not your most desirable, but just a little bit different. Alright, we got our ceiling on our china walls. I put extra on mine. They give you a little baby tube. It's like barely enough to almost get the test done. Clean up the surfaces, pressure wash the intake, or the lower part of it. Who cares? I need to set it back on there and get it torqued. While the silicone is still wet. Ta-da! Something like that. Instructions say to wire brush your bolts off and put new sealer on them. Let's just say that I did that. If you do this, the instructions tell you to tighten it down in inch pounds, and it gives you a foot-pounds measurement. But it does tell you to hand snug them first. So, where my tools go? Hand snuggy duggy. Bop. I didn't look up the official pattern, if there is one. This is just kind of how you tighten stuff down. I'm dealing with torque specifications. Always check yours though, but mine, most everything I deal with, you start with the inners and work your way to the outers. Oops. The bolts are pretty much touching the intake. That's what I'm going to do. A little snug. Put them back on there. And a little snug. 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 I'll just do this till they all feel about the same. So really what it's doing, if you're squeezing your intake down against the gaskets, it's nowhere near torque specification. We're pretty much just moving the intake into place. It more or less tells you to do this with an inch-pound specification. So when we're getting to where they're still tight, and that's where you want to stop at. Well, not tight, but they still have resistance when you go back to it. That's about all you want. Because it says that last line on the bottom, crisscross pattern from center to outward, 50, 100, and then 132 inch-pounds, 3 steps, or 11 foot-pounds. Alright, got us a new battery. Went ahead and decided to take the throttle body off this engine because the other one's got a bunch of white corrosion in it. So before I do that, said, I'll go ahead and crank it. Give it. Ugh. Crank it. Man. Just a look at that. 363. The check engine light's actually a torque converter slipping code from the transmission. Feels pretty good for a V6. There's a thing like a Flowmaster 40 on it, if I remember right. Yeah. Not bad at all. Anyway, we'll pull that throttle body off and clean it up, and then we'll stick it on this engine. Alright, we have retrieved the other throttle body. Little ride going on. Need to put this seal down in there. It's backwards. All right. So you got all the junkus off the throttle plate. You got the hole cleaned out. This thing had so much buildup on it, it looked like powder on there. Alright. Thing is going, where is the thingy with the thingy on it? I'd set it off somewhere. Well, don't see it. We'll just take this one. Put it down on there. These upper plenum gaskets, I like to tighten them down to the gap's gone. They give them like a quarter turn. I forgot about that one. There's probably a torque spec, and it could be the same as well, the 11 foot down. I don't know. If it bothers you, make sure you do it a different way. For me, I'm just getting the gap out of it. in it. Got it. Got it. Got. In it. All right. I'll do a little less than a quarter. Took almost a half. 2. I feel about the same. All right. More. As we'll pull it off. The old one, or the one on the other truck, still has the cables in it. I'm planning on just leaving the cables in it and changing the bracket over. I got that going. That's back on if you need a stopping point. Stuff rags in your holes and call it a day. There's our other thing. Found it. So I do want to put the distributor back in it. Distributor. Put these in. They will have a tendency, see how that gear's made on the bottom? They want to go in and twist. What we want to do is see how that, yeah, gonna be way off. Pick it back up. Put the tooth back. Another tooth. That's about it. There's going to be another tooth back the other way. Another tooth back the other way. I just don't feel like it's seating. Well, the engine ain't turned on. Did forget the base gaskets. Here. Now that the gasket's on there, let's go for round 2. I should be a whole other tooth back. Now, that's where that goes. And every time I put it where it feels like it needs to go, I don't want to see it. Set it. Come on, baby. There we go. Tighten it back down. I think it had that one in it. I'll find my wrench. There it is. Alright. Ta-da. Back on. Get those fuel lines in there. Seem pretty clean. In there, get the clamp on it. Gasket set did not come with the little fasteners. I don't think that goes there. It is. Little 8mm nuts back on there, or sized. That's gotta be backwards. Gots to be. Yep, it's gotta be. Looks better. Right. And then the clamp, little clampy doodad. Oh yeah. Be nice. This don't look that kosher to me. But whatever. Alright, as far as I'm concerned, I gotta replace this, and I'd really love to get that factory style heater core hose connection out of there. It's ain't too healthy looking. If you had never done it, you take these out and you get one with a barbed nipple on it, and then it's there for life. These have quick connect with the big plastic saddle that goes down in there, and they're bad about leaking. See what this truck has on it. Yeah. And I can see it has that factory style. Everybody always told me they were bad about leaking. I did have one go out one time. Wasn't the end of the world. But whatever. Alright, so that's going to be it for my day. So, got hot this evening. I ain't really feeling it no more, to be honest. Put some rags over some stuffs. Get on down in there now. Should be about good. Don't have to blow off or nothing. Just kind of stuff the hole with it, I guess. Yeah. Maybe that'll be good. Good. Probably next time we'll work on it. Work on unhooking everything from the engine that's in this truck. If we can. Alright guys, let's tear this thing down. A little bit of room made. Pull the shroud off. Move around a little bit up under here. One more. Got all my bolts loose. If you're not familiar with radiator fan shrouds, there are two pieces. Just look for where they're attached at. Going to hold the bolts in my hand and pull it out, because I like to put the bolts right back where they came from. Look how big that V6 shroud is. The difference is it just extends out to the fan and takes up the amount of space that the V8 would have occupied. Good Lord, it is hot already. It's somewhere around noon, 1 o'clock today on a Sunday. And it is warm. Attached down there. Alright. The other day we're looking at it, I was like, oh, it's like a new fan or fan clutch in it. I'm pretty sure it is. But anyway, get a croissant wrench on that later. Get that broke loose. Pull this upper hose off. Chunk it over there. Woo. That intake looks like you. What kind of bugs we got flying out here? The intake looks like you filled it with plaster of Paris. I mean, it is extra carboned up. So many bugs, y'all. It's like dirt doggers. Oh my goodness. Look at that thing. Bye-bye. Yeah. Good grief. Alright, we'll pull that fan clutch off here. Alright. It's so hot that I really can't record. My device keeps getting too hot. But I pulled the fan clutch off, and that one was tighter than a SOB. You don't have to go putting no pipe wrench on a fan clutch. That's ridiculous. The way they rotate keeps them tight. I'll pull the belt off so I can get all the accessory brackets off. There's how the tensioner works if you don't know. Not much to deal with. God, this stuff is hot to the touch. You know, it's not even supposed to be hot. It's almost October out here. It's ridiculous. We'll get this air compressor off because this one does work. Got some half inchers. I believe the refrigerant hose is hooked up, and you ain't even gotta take them off, baby. You just lay them to the side. So we like it. Missing a bolt, beautiful. All right. And once you break the tension, they're usually just finger tight. We're gonna pull that bracket with the throttle cables in it. One's for the pedal, one's for the cruise control. And go ahead and lay it over out of the way. Okay. Very tight. That. The 10mm socket. Break that loose, get that other bracket off. Yeah. Get over there. Open that up. Ta-da! This will be the one that goes to the back of the compressor. Yeah. Too much stuff in the way. All this stuff loose. All right. Let's hang that over there. You ball game. and unplug everything. As far as I know, it all has a unique connector, so nothing really to keep up with. The thermostat has it almost always, well no, it should have a round on it, but it's not always there. But this one is. Nice and green. Ta-da. Got a little space opened up there. Go ahead and do some wake. Alright. Y'all, it's hot. It's too hot for my stuff to work. But I've got everything hooked from the top side. If you're watching this, to know how to do that, and do not forget about the ground on the back of that passenger side cylinder head. You reach in there with a 14mm wrench and undo it. There's a ground right there. Oops. See the wire and the bolt hole where it's missing, right where beside that plug. That plug's probably like a crankshaft position sensor. I'm assuming. I don't really know. Don't really care. But yeah. And I'm about to crawl up under the truck. I'm gonna unbolt the drive shaft. Probably unhook all the electrical off the transmission and the shift cable. What else? Unbolt the exhaust. And I should be able to drop the transmission cross member. Put the jack under the transmission and then pull the motor mount bolts. It should come out after that. Here we are. Got the little plugs undone from there. They sustained quite a bit of damage from the ratchet strap and age. Mainly from the ratchet strap being around them. The one they had holding the servo in, I think is right there. Let's see. Took the shift cable linkage off. Drive shaft undone. Oh Lord. I don't know if I can get around the jack handle. Too fat, Your Honor. Alright. Nope. Nope. Oh Lord. Oh no. Alright. Undone the speed sensor plug. Oh boy. Have removed the cooler lines. Several of the O2 sensors, probably not necessary. Like, where is it? There. Yeah, that one's going to get caught on the heat shield. It's not open out of the way. It'd be nice to undo this exhaust at the flange down there, but I could not get it to come loose. It was a job enough getting these undone. All it's usually the hardest thing. Getting the goofy bolts out without breaking them. Remove the starter and that heat shield that's mounted in the bell housing bolts. Houses your starter solenoid signal wire. That one right there. Have to remember to pull that up and through this heat shield. This is your ground wire that goes from the back of the head to your frame. Pull it out. And that's about it down here. Undone the motor mount bolts. Yeah, I think that's it. Did have to reach up on the back of where the bell housing meets the engine. There's a knock sensor on these 4.3s right there. You have to undo it. It's just a squeeze clip. Squeeze it, pull it off. I really think that's it. I think I can pull it now. So I got a jack position to move forward. When I go to yanking that thing out of the truck. That's about all there is to it. I don't think I forgot anything. So I'm gonna get set up and we yank this thing up out of here. Ta-da! No engine, no transmission. I want y'all to look at that. I mean, what were they doing? Anyway. So every time I've ever pulled one, I've always pulled transmission, then engine. Everybody in the damn mama. Just pull them out at one time, it's so much easier. No, that was stupid. I don't know why anyone would think that was easier. Anyway, it's out. That's all that matters. We had a factory remanufactured transmission before whatever happened. Anyway, I'm gonna get out the pressure washer. See if any of that crap will blast off of there. And then probably gonna call it a day. That's pretty frustrating. I'll be back. Here we are, sprayed out and sprayed off. About as clean as I can get it today. I'll go here in a minute and get some degreaser. Let it soak and soak. And spray it one more time, and that's just gonna have to be good. Alright, it did all that. And I replaced the motor mounts. That's by far the hardest thing I've ever done on a GMT 400 platform, or pretty much any General Motors truck. Just replace the engine mounts. on this V6, and they're different than the V8 mounts. It sucked. I don't ever want to do it again, but they're on there. Next, I can't stand the rusty frame. I'm gonna try to clean it up some. Not sure what that's going to entail. Last time I did that, I ended up taking the whole front cap off and taking one down to bare metal. I'm gonna try not to do that on this one. I don't want to spend that much time. So I'm gonna try to just get it finished cleaning the chunks off of it and get it coated with something to make it look a little bit better. I know how I am, so I might just hit the bare metal spots, just be honest. But anyway, I'll see y'all when it's time for all that.